All right, and then so this will be our final question before your closing statements. So our final question is, what question do you wish I had asked you today? Starts with you, Mark.
I wish you would have asked me what's my favorite thing about Illinois. So here it is. My favorite thing about Illinois is that it's home. There are a lot of people. I'm in the mortgage industry and I've done a lot of real estate closings. There are a lot of people that are packing up and leaving Illinois because they're fed up. They're fed up with our politicians, our politics. They're fed up with a system of government that overtaxes and overburdens them and it's completely hostile to business. So I'm the youngest of 9 kids, and I have 27 nieces and nephews, and every one of my brothers and sisters lives in Illinois. My mom lives in Illinois. My mom was one of 12 kids from a town in Western Illinois, and we have a myriad of cousins in Amboy, Illinois. So here's my thing. We need to stay and fight. We need to stay and fight for Illinois because it's worth fighting for. We have the greatest city in the world 50 miles from here, and we need to clean up the corruption, clean up the politics, and fight for Illinois.
Yeah, thanks, Eric. I think there's a number of questions I could think of, but one thing that I thought of first was actually in regards to an educational issue. I know we talked about education a little bit already in this forum, but one thing I would have loved to have talked about specifically is to hone in on indoctrination in terms of our young people. Right now, there's indoctrination happening nationwide, especially in our schools here in Illinois, having to do with critical race theory and having to do with other things having to do with gender theory when they're young, or having pornographic materials in their curriculum or in their libraries when they're young. And so I would have loved to even dive even more in how critical race theory is racist. It doesn't belong in our classrooms. You know, gender theory and all these really sick pornographic materials don't belong in our public school system or really anywhere. And so what I want to focus on and say is that we need to go ahead and stand up for a parent's right to decide how their children are educated, whether it's sex education or this education. Public schools should not be indoctrination facilities. They should be an opportunity for people to learn math and reading and geography. Thank you so much.
I think I would have liked to be asked, what do you do in the community to help? And as I said before, I'm an action candidate. I speak a lot. I love to talk, but I take a lot of action as well. So some of the things that I'm doing, and I'm an ombudsman for long-term care in Illinois Department of Aging. I am also working with St. Leonard's Ministry with their women program for homeless and battered women's shelter, and I'm teaching them life skills. And the biggest thing that I've done during my candidacy is that I've started a brand new 501(c) company, like I talked about before, feedourbabies.org, and it's gained a lot of traction. And I'll tell you, it's been humbling. I mean, to see that there's such a lack of formula in the 11th district and everywhere in the country. And the cries are heard because Joe Biden has done exactly what I have been rallying for, and that is to buy that baby formula over in trusted countries where it's great formula. And so thank you, everybody.